At Society, Billy tells Sally they should do their launch through a hot new social media platform in LA. Sally's enthusiastic. She has contacts there, and so does Audra. Billy warns that hiring her pal could be her first major misstep. They continue to debate about Audra, and Billy complains that Sally's trying to help out a friend who may not be qualified. He thinks she'll be more of a liability than an asset. She blew up the last 2 startups she was involved with. Sally's irked and reminds him she's running the show. Billy remains concerned. Does Jill know that Audra's part of the deal? Sally argues Jill should trust her to make hiring decisions. Billy warns she should let their investor know before she hires Audra. His mother won't like this whatsoever. Besides, he's fully committed, so she doesn't need her now anyway. Sally digs in her heels about hiring Audra, but Billy strongly suggests she run it by Jill first. Sally worries Billy is still thinking about Chancellor. Billy has pushed those feelings down. She fears they'll rear their ugly head again. Billy won't risk losing her again. Just then, Audra appears, ready to work on the relaunch. At the cafe in LA, Claire tells a confused Kyle that he doesn't have to go back to Genoa City. It touched her that he realized seeing Noah triggered feelings about her dad. It reminds her how close they were. Kyle assures her he'll never give up on them. Is she saying she doesn't want him to go? Holden shows up, and Claire tells Kyle to do whatever he thinks is best when it comes to staying or going. She joins Holden, and Kyle decides to head to the shadow room to see what he can find out about his rival. Claire goes on about Holden being such a good friend. He tells her she brings out the best in him, and questions her about Kyle. Claire shrugs that he's heading home. Holden senses she's not sure how she feels about that. Claire gives him the old, "It's complicated." Holden understands why Kyle doesn't want to lose her. She's absolutely amazing. Claire claims she has yet to figure out what she wants. Holden makes a comment that suggests Claire should perhaps head back to Genoa City. She wonders if his change of heart about having her there has to do with whatever was going on between him and Sienna earlier. "What were you arguing about? Is there a reason that you don't want me here?" At the shadow room, Kyle finds Sienna complaining into the phone to Mitch that he was supposed to be home 2 days ago and pleading with him to call her back. As she disconnects, Kyle introduces himself and asks about Holden Novak. He's trying to keep him away from the woman he loves. Sienna guesses he's talking about Claire Newman. She tells him she's got nothing on Holden and wouldn't tell him if she did. Kyle's deflated to hear that Claire and Holden were vibing, but encouraged to hear that Novak's not the relationship type. Switching gears, Kyle asks her about Audra Charles. In Phyllis' room, she and Kane stand nose to nose after him accusing her of stealing his AI. She asks, "What happens now?" He smirks, "That's up to you." Kane wonders if she'll try to kiss him in order to throw him off. Flaunting her lingerie, Phyllis purrs, "That's crazy." They banter about whether she's lying, and he announces that she's going to help him find out Hole stole his program. Phyllis once again points the finger at Victor, pointing out that he threw him off of his game with Newman Media and then attacked. She suggests they confront him immediately. Kane still wants Phyllis to restore his image. He'll lead her to hack into the Newman system and see if they have it. She thinks this is another test and complains the plan keeps changing. Kane fumes that someone stole from him. He needs Phyllis to work on getting the AI back while he distracts Victor. Phyllis demurs, "Sure, have I ever let you down in the past?" Kane smirks. Billy and Sally maintain an awkward silence as Audra chatters on about the launch at Society. Billy warns her role in the company is in flux. Sally explains they have to run her hiring by the new investor first. Sally promises it will work out. At the cafe in LA, Claire asks Holden about the trouble he and Audra got into there. He insists that's all in the past. Claire senses he's keeping something from her. She wants to help and wants him to tell her what it is. Or should she just ask Sienna? Holden tries to deflect, and then says Sienna knows very little about him and even less about Audra, though everyone knows she's trouble. In the shadow room, Sienna tries to blow Kyle off and suggests he head back to Genoa City. Kyle needs something to put Audra in her place. He senses there's bad blood between them. Sienna wants no part of this, but seems swayed when he mentions protecting Claire. Just then, Sienna's phone rings.